Allow me to tell you a little bit about my year-long Masterful Living course. 2015 is going to be the 7th year that I have offered this class, and it is a transformative, life-changing class if you're ready for it and if you're willing. One of the common misconceptions is that people think that they have to be masterful before they start the class. Just the opposite is true. The class is designed for people who feel completely unmasterful or who are looking to attain mastery. So in this class, one of the main features is healing. Healing those false beliefs, releasing those negative patterns. Week by week, throughout the entire year, I give you all kinds of tools that work, that many other people, including myself, have used, applied to great effect. And so they can work for you too. And I'll give you plenty of choices to choose from. I also will give you plenty of support. So almost every single week of the entire year, you'll be having a class with me where you can ask me questions. I'll be offering you teachings and you can ask me your specific questions and how to apply them. I love that. So you get total clarity about these teachings. The other thing that you get every single week is our community call. So what's the community call? The community call is on Saturday mornings, and it's with students who are in year 2, year 3, or beyond with me, who I have trained to facilitate the community call. Those beautiful people are doing the deep work that you will be doing. And so they're offering you this opportunity to join together and talk with each other. So you can talk about what is happening for you with like-minded souls who are also practicing non-judgment, creating a safe, confidential space for you to talk about exactly what's up for you. Do you know that one of the biggest challenges most people have is they carry a lot of shame, especially spiritual students, because they think they should be more spiritual, they should be more loving, they should have it all together by now because they've read so many books and taken so many classes. Many spiritual students are giving advice to others that they're not even taking themselves. And so all of that creates a deep sense of shame. Well, by sharing in the class with me, by sharing in the community calls, you release that shame because you take it from the shadows and the darkness and you bring it to the light, which is healing. These community calls, I listen to them every week after they're done, and I love it. It's one of the highlights of my week, listening to the community calls, how loving and supportive people are of each other. It's deeply healing, nourishing, and transformative. Now, one of the great things about the class is you don't have to attend any of these things live. Many people take the class, and for the whole year, they just get the downloads, they just work with the transcripts. With my class calls, I do move the time around a couple times during the year according to my schedule, but also to give different people in different time zones different opportunities to participate. Because in this class, we have people from all over the world. We have people from all over the world, many different languages. Another part of Masterful Living is prayer partners. So if you like, I match you with prayer partners throughout the year so that you've got a buddy that you can do this work with who's doing exactly the same work for you, with you. And one of the great things about those prayer partnerships is every year people make new best friends. And it is deeply supportive. So if you're feeling alone, like you don't have anybody to talk to, nobody really understands what you're doing, you will immediately have a whole group of people that you can connect to. Of course, we have a beautiful Facebook group that's very supportive, very loving, very responsive. So you can put a prayer request in that Facebook group. You'll get immediate responses from people all over who are going into prayer for you. It's wonderful. It is so healing and supportive. So Masterful Living contains all of these components plus 3 workbooks, one for each 4 months of the year. And these workbooks, you can do them or not do them as you wish. I don't require anything of you. This really is about you working at the pace that you feel comfortable with. This is about you really taking the steps and advancing in your spiritual studies, developing a strong, life-changing spiritual practice that works for you. You will also get 3 opportunities to do a one-on-one call with me where we can check in and see how you're doing in the class. You can ask me any questions that you haven't asked me in class right there in our check-in. So there are all these different components, and there's your mighty companion. So the people who are continuing on with me, deepening their studies, going more and more into the mystic with me, year 2, 3, and beyond, those folks volunteer to be a mighty companion to someone who's in the first year of the class. So you'll have someone who is ahead of you in these studies, who has fallen down, who's struggled, who's had difficulties and challenges, and who has risen above it, who can give you support as needed. So that's your mighty companion. And of course, that too is optional. If you don't feel comfortable, you can do that. Let me just tell you that some of the folks who have taken Masterful Living, I don't hear from them all year long, not until the very end of the year. And then I find out, oh my gosh, they have totally transformed their marriage, the health of their body, their work experience. All these things have transformed for them because they put into practice, but they just didn't show up for any of the classes, any of the community calls. They didn't show up at all in connection with me, but they've been doing the work. So there's no set way to do Masterful Living, but there are all these resources and a whole year to ramp up your commitment to spiritual healing and really having a beautiful, committed spiritual practice that works for you, whether it's 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, whatever it is. It will be one that works for you if you'd like to have one. So there's something so miraculous about a year-long container for the class, because it really gives you a chance to go through your life where you have times of great devotion, where you have a lot of time and energy to put in, and then times when you don't and you catch up later. It's a beautiful experience. I'm so glad that Spirit inspired me and motivated me to do a year-long class. It really works if you work it. Of course, there's no obligation for you to stay in the class. If you're not enjoying it, you can always leave the class with my blessing. Some people do that. It's all good. And then some people will repeat that first year over and over and over again until they feel really confident and they are having those breakthroughs. So many opportunities for you to really do the deeper work, the healing, the clearing work. Clear the clutter from your mind. Heal those false beliefs. Step by step with me and the whole group in Masterful Living. It's a beautiful, supportive community of loving individuals who are just like you, ready to rock this spiritual healing and be in that expression of their true identity. Yes, 2015 is our year of liftoff. Come join me in Masterful Living.